Food is frequency, right? Food that lifts your signal. Food, we can look at food as macros and micros. We can look at protein, carbohydrates, fat. Yes, it's useful, but it's also frequency. So, and the lighter the food, right? The more that we fine tune our frequency, the more our body can adapt to more high vibrational, high energetic foods. So I would say fruit is the closest to the sun. Like the sun is what fuels all of the food. It fuels everything on the planet, all life. And the closest thing to liquid sunlight is fruit. And, they measure energy of food, and fruit has the highest by far. Meat has 0. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about meat. I'm just saying that on an energetic scale, this is the scale we're looking at, it's 0. Protein, yeah, it's great for protein. So the way that I look at it is, when people are they're very much into the physical, very much into the material. They're going to the gym and pumping up muscles, and they're very engaged in the world and making money and doing this and doing that. A meat diet at that level can work well. But as we get more refined and more still and more subtle, usually our diet changes within that. We might move towards pescatarian or whatever, then vegan, then vegetarian, then maybe fruitarian, and water, then breatharian. Now, in saying that, I've met 3 breatharians. In our heads we go, yeah, that's BS, Mark. But it's because our level of understanding the world just can't take that on, right? But there's so many levels, and when you get to such a high level of mastery, then that happens, because then you don't need fuel, you don't need food as fuel. Your system is that pure, and the signal that clear, and the frequency that high, that the breathing and getting the prana, the life force from the breathing, is all that you need to sustain you. Yeah? But the more we go into density and heaviness, of course, it's very clear, common sense, processed food, junk food, trans fats, alcohol, drugs, all of that stuff. We know that. I don't have to tell you that. Right? That's not part of the deal. Yes, yeah, on the odd occasion, but the regular, doing of that. Right? So food is a big thing, but you don't want to do food just because. You've got to listen to your body. If your body's not ready for it, you can mess your health up, and people have done that by doing vegan diets, for example, and just because I want to be spiritual, but at the same time not listening to the body. You can also eat junk food vegan, right? But your nervous system has to be refined enough to be able to do that, so it can take time. Okay? Eating meat's also perfectly fine if that feels good for you in the way that you're operating in the world, eating healthy with that particular diet.